have had some requests and I wanted to come share them with you as I have on my last year's Peachtree Road Race shirt. How do you start running if you are not a runner and you want to start? First, figure out your level of commitment. If you are somebody that's looking to do races, you're going to have some level of commitment. And if you're just trying to get fit, then you don't. You can kind of run whenever you want to, but even yet, I think you still need to be committed to whatever your schedule will allow you. If you're running races, you're going to have more of a rigid schedule. And if you are just trying to gain some fitness, lose weight, you'll be able to be more flexible. When I started running 2 years ago, I used the Couch to 5K app, and it was very helpful. I did not complete it because I ended up meeting some other friends who were on this journey as well. They were just starting out, and so they actually was able to coach me along so that I didn't necessarily need to depend on the app. I've heard some great things about the app, but it also is really good to have somebody who is an actual runner, and they can kind of guide you along the way, because you will have questions. You will have tons and tons of questions, and your body's going to do things, and you're going to think, oh, that's a pain, I need to stop. But it may not be a pain. It may just be you not being fit. It may be you and your muscles still that are very rigid because you haven't worked out. So it's important that you can have somebody live and real to be able to bounce ideas off of. In addition to that, you also want to make sure that you are in good health. So it's always advised to go to your doctor, your primary care doctor, to make sure that you are in pretty good health. That means that there's no problems with your heart or anything like your major organs that running could impact. I will tell you this, a lot of people will say, I can't run because I have bad knees or asthma or whatever it is. I will tell you this. First, get advice from your physician, okay? But a lot of the times when people tell me they have bad knees or that they have asthma, I want you to know that there are runners that have asthma. There are runners who have run on broken limbs. So don't let that be an excuse for you. And the knee situation, it's never your knees. It's never your knees. Maybe, I don't know, I can't tell you a percentage, but I would think more than half, at least half, of people that say they have knee issues and they can't run, it's not. And the reason why I know this is because when I started running, I had issues with my knees. I didn't say it was my knees because I had done the research, and I found out that it is mobility, it's hips. Most of your issues with running and you have problems with your knees, it'll probably be your hips, your posture, the way that you are landing, and your shoes. Another thing you need to consider, so if you are in this for the long haul, or at least if you want to run some long distances, you need to get shoes. You can't be running in your Nike sneaker Air Force Ones. You just can't, okay? When I started, I had some, I don't even know what kind of Nikes they were. They weren't running shoes. And I immediately went to go get fit. You can go to a local running store. Here in Atlanta, there's so many different running stores, and have them look at your run gait, look at your feet, how it lands, because it's important, because the shoes that you buy, they're going to be specifically for your feet. You may have a neutral foot. You may have a foot that overpronates, underpronates, and all of these terms, they will explain to you what that means. So if you're neutral, that's kind of like the average person, right? The average runner, they hit the ground and, there's no problem, right? But if you are a overpronator, your foot may come in, and underpronate, it may go out. So, but based on you getting an analysis of your foot or your feet, this is going to decide on what shoes you should get. So don't go buying shoes yet. And then the other thing that I will tell you as a new runner, you definitely want to consider not just, oh, I'm going to get up, I'm going to run. You want to schedule. You want to make a consistent schedule of when you can run so that it won't be a challenge for you. Most people who say they want to start running, they don't finish because they don't commit to a schedule. There are so many schedules online. You can go to Google and look up Couch to 5K run schedule, or you can use the app. But for me, I use the app, and then I also printed out something. So I would go 5K schedule, and so it would print out a schedule of maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and those 3 days of the week I'm going to run, and it will tell me maybe run for 10 minutes, run for 5 minutes, run for 15 minutes, or run for 1 mile or 2 miles. So I would check it off physically. I would just check it off so that I could keep my commitment going, so that I could actually say I did it. And then lastly, give yourself some grace. If you are just starting out, do not think that you have to be running a mile, a 5K, a half marathon. Literally start where you are. So for many of you, that is just getting out and walking and getting some fitness. Maybe you walk 3 days a week for 20 minutes. That's great. Don't let anybody tell you that walking doesn't count. It does. If it's for you, you've run before, maybe you want to do a mile, and just do that. When you start running, please don't be like me. Don't go out there thinking you got to sprint. That's not what running is. I literally thought if I wasn't sprinting, I wasn't running. And I did hurt myself. I was nauseous. My heart rate was way up. It was just too much because I was never a runner. So now I'm out here trying to keep up with I don't even know who I was trying to keep up with. But I was running really, really hard. I learned from somebody who was a runner. No, take your time. If you need to take breaks, take a minute break and walk. Then start back again and run again. I want you to please tell me. If you start this week, if you start next week, or whenever you decide to start, please let me know how it goes. Please ask me any questions that you have. I definitely don't know all of the answers, but as much as I can help you with what has helped me. And I also can refer you to some great people out there that I've got a chance to meet and run with that can help you along your journey. I'm going to have a part 2 and some part 3s because there's so much to learn about starting to run. It's so amazing, and I am so excited about your journey.